Aviation business and contract disputes serving nationwide. Purchasing, operating, and maintaining an airplane is expensive. Both personal and business aircraft are high value assets, and there are many legal issues surrounding their purchase, financing, and operation. Often, business and contract disputes arise whether you are a business or a high net worth individual. The complexity of these issues require attorneys with many years of experience to help you. Types of disputes that may arise. A wide variety of business and contract disputes arise in the aviation arena. Our team specializes in technically complex aviation issues, often involving international conventions and cross border issues. We have handled cases involving virtually every aircraft system, including airframes, engines, avionics, electronics, and hydraulics. Our expertise covers a wide range of issues, including complex finance and leasing disputes, defects in the design and manufactures of aircraft, equipment failure, aircraft repossession, insurance claims, aircraft purchase and maintenance disputes, fraud, insolvency, and asset recovery, chartered agreements, cheating agreements, catering agreements, hangar lease agreements, handling agreements, pilot services agreements. This is not a fully inclusive list, and we have successfully handled many other types of business and contractual disputes for our clients. Disputes resolution strategies. In handling aviation related businesses and contractual disputes, we engage in three primary strategies to resolve them: mediation, arbitration, and litigation. Mediation. The objective of mediation is to come to a resolution through the assistance of a third party, natural rather than unnaturally imposing a solution. The third party helps the disputing parties arrive at an acceptable resolution between themselves. Mediation can be effective at following parties to express their feelings and fully explore their grievances. Mediators mediators work with parties together and separately to help them find a resolution that is sustainable, voluntary, and non-binding. Arbitration. In arbitration, a natural third party is selected to serve as a judge who is responsible for resolving the dispute. The arbitrator listens as each side argues its case and presents uh, pertinent evidence. Then, rather than renders a binding decision, the disputing parties can negotiate virtually and aspect of the arbitration process, including which standard of evidence will be used and whether lawyers will be present at the time. Arbitrators render decisions that are usually confidential and in most cases cannot be appealed. Like mediation, arbitration tend to be far less expensive than litigation. Litigation. The most familiar type of dispute resolution, civil litigation, typically involves a defendant and a plaintiff arguing their respective cases before either a judge or a judge and jury. The judge or the jury, known as the trier of fact, is responsible for weighing the evidence and making a ruling. The information conveyed in hearings and trials typically entered into a and stays on the public record. Lawyers manage the litigation, which often results in a settlement agreement during the pre-trial period of discovery and preparations. Avoiding disputes. Obviously, the best way to avoid business and contract disputes in the first place is to ensure that the parties have a meeting of the minds and then enter into contracts. They are well drafted contemplate the party's wishes and all possible contingencies. An experienced aviation lawyer can help ensure that your contracts adequately reflect the business relationships you are contemplating and the respective obligations and duties of the parties. A seasoned aviation lawyer can also help when unexpected issues arise and cause disputes between the parties. Aviation law can help ensure that the contracts adequately reflect the business relationships you are the contemplating and the respective obligations and duties of the parties. A seasoned aviation lawyer can help when unexpected issues arise and cause disputes between the parties. Lando Law Group has many years of experience guiding its clients through the often perilous maze of complexities that arise in aviation contracts. Contact us today to ensure that your interests are well and fully represented. Aviation litigation lawyer. At Engstrom, Lipscomb, and Lag, we have handled hundreds of aviation crash cases since our inception in 1974. Our firm handles personal injury and wrongful death cases arising out of accidents involving commercial air carriers. Commuter airlines, privately owned airplanes, and helicopters and military aircraft in the United States and internationally. The aviation division in the firm is comprised of litigation attorneys who have extensive experience in aviation. The team's members include experienced private and commercial pilots with in-depth knowledge relating to piloting aircraft and helicopters, maintenance, international laws, federal aviation regulations, flight operations, weather, human factors, and accident reconstruction. We know aviation litigation because we are part of the aviation culture. In addition, the courts regularly point us to the plaintiff's steering committee in complex multi-district aviation lawsuits involving a mass casualty disaster. The team also has extensive trial experience in both foreign and domestic crash litigations. Philadelphia aviation litigation attorney since 1958. We know airplanes. Leasing or owning an airplane is like combining of all the frustrations of home time, share, car, board, and business operations into one complicated package. We know that because our firm is run by a pilot with his own plans, from the financing to the purchasing, registration, taxes, title, storage, maintenance, and the FAA and the TSA. There is a lot that can go wrong with owning an airplane because of our founding attorney's passion for flight. The Bachelor firm is well acquainted with the specifics of aviation litigation. The hands-on knowledge is available in the pursuit of an aviation claim today. Our firm passion for and expertise in flight is carried on through our founding attorney's son. Jim Wesley Jr. Since 1958, our firm has dedicated its efforts to protecting the rights of victims of damage, injury, and more. Our hard work and commitment to excellence has resulted in obtaining over US 2 billion in verdicts and settlements on behalf of our clients. We take particular pride in this practice because many lawyers at the Beasley firm have been commercial pilots and flight instructors. In fact, Jim Beasley Jr. is a commercially related pilot with decades of flight time, an internationally recognized airshop pilot, and one of only 12 civilians permitted to fly with the United States Air Force. He has thousands of hours in high-performance World War II fighter aircraft and is the lead pilot of the Horseman, an aggressive and exciting formation aerobatic act with his P-51 Mustang. Settling aviation business disputes. Whatever your aviation dispute involves, you can be sure that our team of Philadelphia aviation litigation lawyers have handled it before or have personal experience in a similar situation. We can help you pursue litigation for a number of aviation disputes including the followings: breach of contract, maintenance, negligence, pilot error causing damage. Depending on your case, contingency fees and flat fee representation may be available. When you choose the Beasley firm to litigate on your behalf, you can expect hard work, dedication to detail, and unparalleled investigative services that keep you a step ahead of the opposition. US 2 billion won in verdicts and settlements call today. Attorney Jim Basley Jr. has been recognized as an expert in many fields. His passion for flights and law make him a dynamic aviation attorney. Among his many awards and honors are his recognition by the Super Lawyer list and by Best Lawyer. The Weasley firm is a singular firm is in their approach to aviation law. Their personal experience in aviation and aviation business disputes lends them a perspective and insight into these cases that many others firms simply don't have. For legal assistance with any aspect of aviation, call the Philadelphia Aviation Litigation Attorneys from the Beasley firm. Our aviation law team helps clients reach new heights with deep experience in aircraft and aviation related commercial transactions, regulatory compliance, tax, insurance, accidents, and product liability litigation, as well as intellectual property matters. We represent commercial and private businesses, aviation clients such as commercial airlines, charter operators, aircraft management companies, FPOs, MROs, corporate flight departments, aircraft owners, lessors, and financing parties, parts manufacturers, EMS operators, and airports. The aviation law team has deep experience involving aircraft acquisition, disposition, leasing, and financing transactions, ranging from fleet-wide transactions involving hundreds of commercial aircrafts and engines to individual private and business aircrafts. In addition, our aviation law attorneys negotiate a variety of domestic and international commercial airlines agreements, such as the rise of charter cargo, procurement, tech ops, and sales and marketing. Business aviation. Holland and Knight's business aviation team assists clients in the acquisition and financing of business aircraft. We structure our clients' aviation operations to reduce liability exposure completely with the merit federal and state regulatory requirements and take full advantage of truck planning opportunities. Of tax planning opportunities, our team avoids clients on a full range of aviation law issues, from flying political candidates and personal use of corporate aircraft to litigation related to their aircraft. Overview. Business aircrafts are high value, high visibility assets, and the legal issues surrounding their acquisition, financing, and operations are often complex. Holland and Knight's business aviation team has broad experience representing in virtually every segment of the industry, from the public companies and high net worth individuals who own and operate business aircraft to the financial institutions, manufacturers, and operators and finance, building and managing team. Backed by one of the largest aviation practices in the United States, our team can guide you through the myriad legal challenges that arise in this industry. International capability. With offices in Latin America, our firm is well positioned to assist with international transactions in these regions and around the globe. We have vast experience handling cross-border business aircraft transactions and regularly represent owners, aircraft and financial institutions in such transactions both in the commercial and business aircraft segments. Members of our team as well versed in the export, custom and airlines issues that arise in cross-border aircraft transactions, and we frequently collaborate with the firms internationally. International tax law is an effect to the minimize top associated tax liabilities. Closing an acquisition or sale. For many owners and operators, of business aircraft buying and selling aircraft is not their primary business, and they rely on our team to facilitate the deal. Our primary objective is in every deal is to the perfect protect your interest and this means more than just property planning and documenting the transaction. It means developing clear solutions and quickly surrounding a deal to close, shepherding a deal to closure, particularly in the used aircraft market where excessive time can jeopardize where excessive time can in jeopardize and transactions. Our services in
Purchasing
this area includes
documentation, drafting and negotiating letters of intent and purchase agreements that protect your interests and reduce the risks of disputes and litigation related to the failed transactions. Tax issues, advising on tax issues including 1031 like kind exchanges, depreciations and state sales and use tax planning. Technical pre-buy issues, working with brokers, pilots, and charters managers to resolve issues that may arise during the negotiations and or pre-buy inspection. Trust, establishing owner trust in circumstances where foreign ownership of the company would otherwise prevent ownership of a U.S. registered aircrafts. Federal Aviation Administration's regulatory advice structuring operations to comply with federal aviation regulations while allowing for use by related companies and entities entitles through lease interchange agreements and time sharing agreements in according with FAR 91.501. Reducing liability insurer, advising on how best to reduce the exposure of the principal company assets through use of an effective operation structures and a careful insurance and contract view. Alternative structures, determining if an alternative structure such as a charter management arrangement, joint ownerships or leasing may be more effective for achieving your business objectives. Corporate aircraft usage policies. Drafting corporate use policies to cover personal use, carriage of political candidates, SEC reporting, and related issues. Hazmat violations. Representing clients in investigations and penalty proceedings brought by the FAA of improper carriage of hazardous materials by air. Dispute resolutions, handling litigations, arbitrations, and mediations for the full range of commercial disputes, accident investigations and litigations, advising aviation clients, including manufacturers and operators, in National Transportation Safety Board investigations and in defending those clients in tort actions arising out of aircraft accidents. Maintenance agreements, representing airlines in negotiating maintenance contracts and handling disputes. Mergers and acquisitions, addressing diligence and regulatory issues in connection with mergers and acquisitions of air carriers, aircraft manufacturers, and parts manufacturers. Looking for business aviation law experts, call Bailey and Partners. If the maintenance or upgrade on your aircraft hasn't gone the way it should have, or if a purchase or rental has gone away, Bailey and Partners can help you. We have been one of the best business litigation law firms in the Los Angeles area for 3 decades, handling all types of aviation business cases. For example, we have pursued recovery for aircraft owners who fall victim to failed interior completions. Those cases arise after an owner takes an aircraft in for an extensive redesign to the interior passenger space, and typically an exterior plant job for touch-up. When things go wrong during an interior completions, the aircraft owner, whether they have a small six-passenger aircraft or a Boeing 747, may have to pursue dangerous damages in court. Reasons for a failed interior completion includes